All right, welcome back. This is the second video here at the house. I've made quite a bit of progress outside. As you can see, there's a lot of tree droppings. Right now I'm in the middle of cutting that up so I can get rid of it. I cut most of this down in the rain, which was actually kind of nice because it wasn't so hot. But I've got all of the branches and stuff cleared off the roof of the house. I'm probably gonna cut this tree down, but I'll limb it first so I don't destroy the roof here worse than it already is. But yeah, so you can actually like park here without, getting out and there being branches right on you. And it's clear through here. This was all like grown over here. And then in addition, I cut down this walnut tree back here that was growing in the corner of the house. So got a tiny little chainsaw, but it was able to do that fairly easily. Still gotta cut this up today and try and haul it all off. I've made a little bit of progress on the inside here. Finished tearing off the drywall on this wall. The kitchen's basically gonna be fully gutted. Creepy little spider. I may have already said that in the other video, kind of talking about the plan, but yeah, so made a little bit of progress there. I cleaned up in here and then I made another mess because I started tearing out this door frame. I'm not sure if I'm gonna tear out the chimney or not. I think I might, just so that I can open this up to the hallway, make it a little wider, and maybe open up this as well, just so that it feels, a little less cramped. I don't love that, like, I'm not gonna put doors here because it's a hallway. So I don't really need the door framed. I think I need to keep a header so that it doesn't look weird. And I may still use trim and just do like the flat, you know what I mean? And I might make this a little wider just so that it kind of flows through there a little better. But yeah, as far as interior progress, that's about it. I was trying to see if there was mold back here, because I don't necessarily need to remove this unless I'm gonna widen it, but I gotta figure out how much mold there is in this place, because I'm starting to buy all the mold remediation stuff to do it myself, and it is very expensive. It's like $400 for 1 gallon of the aftershock sealant that you put on after you clean the mold. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep cleaning up the yard here and maybe cut a little more down. And basically what I'm doing right now is having fun outside, but I'm not really working in the house. But that's because I've gotta get a new roof, and to do that I need no trees on the roof, and I also need to replace the fascia. I tore it mostly all down, still got a little bit to take off there, but I couldn't get to it because there's branches over that, and there's some in the back I need to take off as well. But yeah, I'm gonna put up a new fascia board, put a drip edge on that goes up under the shingles, and then I can have some guys come out and put a new roof on this thing, get it to stop leaking. Yeah, so you keep working. now I gotta pick all this up and, you know, load it into the bed. So, whoa. All right. Dropped my phone, but yep, we got all that cleaned up. This is a huge brush pile. I'd love to burn it and just not have to move it around anymore, but I'm a little worried it's too big. But I got all this picked up. Obviously there's still some, you know, twigs and leaves, but the mower could take care of that. I'll probably end up picking them up later. Oh, nice Bronco. But yeah, we got the long bed piled high. Whew, I'm worn out. It only took me maybe 30 minutes or so, but it's hard work. So I'm not gonna cut any more brush down in the front as of now, because I've got other bigger things to worry about. But this pile is actually a pile I made before I even had the chainsaw, so I cut all this by hand. So gonna have to cut that up, deal with it as well. And then still got to cut up this tree, this walnut tree. So, yep, guess I'll get to it. All right, so we've got some weather rolling in. So I went ahead and made a Home Depot run. Ended up spending about, I think, oh, it's starting to rain right now. Ended up spending about $800 to $900, I think. I picked up 17 1x4x12s for doing the fascia all the way around the house. I think I had planned on getting 20, but 17 was my actual count. I measured all the way around the house. I think that is gonna do it. If I need more, I can go get it, obviously. I got some. The reason it cost so much is because I ended up getting a battery-powered circular saw. I've used the DeWalt before, and it worked pretty good. I've used like a rigid one, and it wasn't great. So I've got Bosch like impacts and drills. So I was thinking about sticking with Bosch, but they don't make as many tools. Milwaukee's nice because I like to do a lot of automotive work, and they make some of the like electric ratchets that are really good. But I'm used to using DeWalt. It's what we use at work, so that's what I'm sticking with because it was pricey. You got to buy everything separately. The batteries, I think, were like $140, and the charger was like $130 for one charger. 2 batteries. This was like $150, I think. Kind of ridiculous. So went ahead and got some screws for putting in the fascia, just some decking screws. I got 3-inch. I'm not sure if I really need them to be that long, but since they're 1-inch thick boards, you know, a 2.5, you're only going to be 1.5 inches into what you're going into. So I think 3-inch decking screw is good. And then I got the Kills primer. That's so that I'm actually gonna have to prime these boards since they're pressure treated. That green chemical that they've got in there comes through your paint. So the guy there at Home Depot recommended I prime them. He said, you know, it's either that or let them dry for, you know, 3 to 6 months, and we don't have that kind of time. So spent the extra $35, $40 for the primer. And then this is that I previously said in this video that it was $400 for a gallon. This is what I was talking about. It's 5 gallons, and it's I think it was $380, and that is what I'm going to be using. It's similar to the Kills, I think, but it is actually, that's what you use once you've solved your moisture problem, and once I also got a special disinfectant, Foster's 4080, I think is what it's called. that's what was recommended to me for doing the mold remediation. So I'm gonna get one of those sprayers, like a pump sprayer for weeds, and spray the disinfectant on anything that the mold has had contact with or where there is mold. So basically the whole kitchen, we'll get it in the basement. But that's all gonna be, this light in here is like, there it goes. It's like works every, 1 out of 10 times. So since it's raining, that's why I wanted to go ahead and get the lumber so that if it's really pouring, I have something I can work on inside, because I'll probably paint those in here, either that or on the porch. But I didn't want the lumber to get wet, so that's why I went ahead and got it. But right now, while it's real cool out here, I'm probably gonna go back there and cut up that tree. So yeah, as you can see, we definitely need a fascia, and I'm probably only gonna have to replace some of these. Like that board is solid, it's just loose, so I might be able to get by with just putting some screws in it, but we'll see. So I'd consider this a heavy rain. It's there was just a lightning strike like right over there. It's pretty awesome. This is a little heavier than I'd like for continuing to work outside. I'll be drenched in like, 5 minutes or less. So fortunately, my timing was impeccable, and I got back before it started, and now I can begin working inside and get these boards painted. So I'm gonna I'm gonna cut open some of the contractor bags I've got, or maybe just some of the trash bags, and lay them out here on the floor. Obviously I'm gonna have to refinish these floors, but most of this actually seems to come up fairly easy, and paint just wouldn't, and I feel like it'd gum up the sander and stuff a lot worse. So I could be careless and just get it messy because it's going to be sanded, but I think it's worth it to save me maybe a little bit of time in the future. So yeah, I'm going to put some bags down, get the sawhorses out, and start painting. Okay, so these 5 boards are painted, both sides, the ends, and this face, both edges. So I got to flip them over now that they've dried and paint the other side. And then I've got 12 more to do because I got 17. So yeah, so I'm about to paint those. Using a brush, kind of tiring. Hard on the old wrist, so might end up getting a little roller. I can see why people use those. It does seem like it would be easier to roll these, but oh well. Sticking with the brush because that's what I have. I did want to update you on a couple other things. I've decided not to extend the eaves. If you look, oh, I just got water in my eye. If you look, you can kind of see the rafters are notched to go over the block wall. And I guess there's a beam. Yeah, I don't know. But the rafters are notched to go over the wall. So if I were to extend it, my extension would also need to be notched. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't think it'd be strong enough. So to add depth to the house instead, I'll just do the kind of paint this and put some shutters on. I was thinking I could maybe get creative and do a different color maybe on the wall where the porch goes back. I don't know. Let me know what you all think about that, I guess. Because at least this wall I could paint, and that would kind of add some depth if that was painted, but maybe just some landscaping and stuff like that to make it look a little nicer. And then as far as the AC goes, that unit is completely shot, and I think I'm going to be finding a unit on Marketplace or something and installing it myself. So that'll be in a future video, I guess. All right, so made pretty short work of that. Got some logs here. I'll probably hold on to those and just keep them, burn them eventually, because it's not that many and they're decent size around. But all this brush is gonna have to go. Gotta cut that up. I knocked that down like the first day I bought it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably pull all this brush out and break it down a little smaller to be able to burn it or dump it. So I didn't mention before, but the neighbor here, he has an area that he lets the tree trimming companies dump all of their stuff, all their wood. So that's where he's letting me dump mine. It's pretty convenient. Pretty happy with the progress today. I got that big load of brush hauled off to the neighbor's house, just right over there, and dumped that back there. Got all those scraps cut up in the front, and got the walnut tree cut down or cut up in the back. So I've probably got about 3 more big loads of brush, maybe 4 to haul off or burn. I'm really not sure. If I make smaller piles, I think I can burn it. But yeah, and then I got the 17 fascia board, so I'm happy about that, because that's something I can easily work on, just an hour here and there after work, a few hours at a time. Hopefully I can get some help painting those, because it's taking a long time. I've only got 5 primed, and we gotta prime all 17 and paint them all. So, and then I'll get to use my new toy and cut them to fit, and get them mounted up on the house. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and let me know what you think about this wall on the outside. If I should do something weird like paint it, or I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that. That seems stupid. What color do you think I should paint the porch?